Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk with the Saw right here on Superlative Radio. That's where we're at, isn't it?
That's where we are.
At
Yep.
Superlative. Yes,
We're
all
here.
right. We are. So
In all our glory.
That's right. So this week we've got 4 shows again to talk about. Space Force, the 4th episode of Muppets Now, the 4th episode of Transformers Siege, and of course the 3rd episode of Star Trek Lower Decks.
Yep.
And we're all caught up on them, except for him, who, still can't force his way through 22 minutes of Transformers. But
I got halfway through.
We're good.
Yeah,
he did get halfway through.
Yeah, I did. I stopped at where I was, and I said, I'm going to show him just how far I got. So when he got to the studio this morning, I said, look, this is how far I got. I can't get through anymore. It's just not working for me. Anyway, I'm not going to start now because we haven't talked about it yet.
That's
but
right.
Go ahead.
So, as usual, we're going to start with Space Force. And
of course, the dogs are here, as usual.
So Space Force, the 4th episode. Now, you said you weren't as impressed with it this week.
No, it wasn't. This was not. I just,
But one sec. Overall, he's not impressed with anything this week.
No.
So
it's true.
You're going to get that side from him.
Yeah, none of the shows this week even really measured up for me. None of the Muppets.
So
and the
Space
rest
Force.
Well, I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. If you haven't, stop, go watch it, and come back.
Yeah.
He's running around inside the moon base. He's running around and he trips over and breaks the guy's didgeridoo, and he does it's just nothing really even gave me a chuckle this week. I mean, the outfits that they were supposedly, supposed to wear and whatever, with the capes and the thing. And I was like, whatever. And, the guy on the phone kept trying to, and the fucking arsehole there. Yeah, we're on it. We all work with guys like that are just, gung ho. And, it was like, nah, none of it's.
Let's put it this way. This week, if he was a woman, no one would be able to give him an orgasm.
No, definitely not. Not even close. Yeah. You'd have to earn your pay on that one this week. Yeah.
Would.
But anyway, it just didn't, it was okay. I don't take, I mean, on 10, I would give it 5.
God. Yeah. But you did get that it was Donald Trump's wife Ivanka who was the one giving them the fashion advice.
Yeah, I know. I got that, and I was like, I follow the logic behind why it's so stupid and so whatever.
Yeah.
I followed the whole logic of it, but it didn't. It was like, yeah, whatever.
Did you get the point behind why they did the moon base thing, the training inside the moon base thing?
Well, yeah, because they want to get boots on the moon.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
So they're training to do it, and all they're eating is potatoes, and it's just like,
really, like,
and
not
then when
even,
he
not
started
even,
eating the ants, even I kind of went, oh, okay, because he had talked about that earlier with his daughter.
Not even you didn't even get a chuckle out of when he's playing with the dirt or whatever, and she's like,
right,
soil
from our own feces.
From our feces. He goes,
yeah. It was like,
all right. Well, I'm not as harsh as you are. I mean, I don't think it was the best episode of Space Force because I've seen them all now, and I've seen them all like 3-4 times. So, but it was, it's not.
What do you
bad.
give it on 10?
On 10, I'd give it about a 7.
Okay. Well, you're more generous than I am.
Yeah. No, I would. I'd give it a 7. Okay. I wouldn't give any episode of that show less than 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The entire series overall, I'd give it an 8.5. Overall, the whole thing. So,
okay.
And I'd give this one, like I said, a 7. I mean, it's not the best episode, but it's it's. I mean, they're all. I think they're all pretty funny. I think they're all pretty good. I mean, the others so far, the first 3 have been better, but I mean, it's. you know, it is what it is. It's a decent show. I'd love to know what you guys think about it.
Yeah.
So
Tell me what you think of this episode.
yeah, so please like comment
See if
below.
I'm right, or tell me if I'm, you know, maybe I'm
And-
just being too harsh this week, or maybe I'm on my fucking period and I don't know it, or, you know.
Yeah, like let us know what you guys think below. Just give us a comment and you know, say, are you a fan? Do you not like the show? Whatever. You know, who's your favorite character? You know, I think I think that there's so many characters in the show that are just so good that I think it's hard for the show to ever have a bad episode just based on
The talent that's
the
there.
talent that's there.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, a lot of it is really that, the fact that there's such good talent involved in the show, and it's, you know.
Well, that's probably part of the reason I was disappointed too. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, baby.
Well, you know, it could be, but I think overall it's a pretty good episode.
I
like the point when he went out in the spacesuit and it's like 100 and some odd degrees or whatever, and he decides to go for a run in the
Right.
spacesuit.
which was, well, that was just because he was angry. He was trying to
and then
burn
he
off
friggin'
the,
passes
you know.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been there,
Yeah.
you know, trying to do
That
something
was-
to burn off anger. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been down that road more times than I care to admit. But anyway,
Yeah. And then the ants, just like you said, just keeps eating the ants.
Yeah.
There's no ants on the moon.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's ants here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Could you imagine just constantly eating potatoes, though? Oh,
I know.
good God.
Yeah, that would be
That would be a bitch. I wouldn't want to do that.
me neither. But, you know,
But I mean, you know, it was anyway. One thing I do want to point out is last Monday, you guys will notice that when we put Space Force up, we talked about stuff and we referenced behind
when we put
us.
Space Force up,
Yeah, when we referenced Space Force
Oh.
and we talked about stuff behind us, and the fact that it ended up being just a constant shot of these. That's because Netflix has decided to be assholes, and I'm gonna call them out on it. They are being dicks when it comes to fair use. They've given us a hard time with showing images from Transformers. They've given us
Yeah.
a hard time showing images from Space Force. And
yeah, they're being a little mean about it.
it's ridiculous. Like
They shouldn't do that.
We're
not.
So what's
anyway.
going to happen is you're going to see probably just the Space Force
logo thing
logo behind us.
with the picture. Yeah.
But you are also at some point going to be able to see the actual episode that we cut. At some point as well,
'Cause we
it'll
saved
be
it.
it'll be uploaded separately. Well, it's already uploaded, but we're fighting the copyright on it because I personally believe it falls under fair use because we are doing the review, and on YouTube's fair use policy, it allows us to use so much of the episode as commentary.
That's right.
So at some point you will see, you know, those episodes get posted again. So, but they'll just have the images and the shots and the video that we're talking about, but you'll see those. Unfortunately, it's just the way they're
Air
being.
the original episode the way
Yeah.
we shot it without. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, you know, just so you know, I mean, it will be there because I'm not gonna.
Because Marky G had to do a whole bunch of.
Oh, a whole bunch of editing.
Yeah.
We edited it like 4 times, I
Yeah.
think, before it finally got put up as just the
It
background.
didn't get flagged. Yeah. So,
So,
Marky,
but anyway,
Marky
just,
G had his work cut out for him on that
we're
one.
gonna be pains in Netflix's ass is what we're gonna be, because I'm all about sticking it to Netflix because I don't like big corporations that want to just be
Dicks.
dickheads. The fact is fair use allows the limited use of video footage and sound and whatever in the case of reviews. So that's what's going to happen.
Loosen up, guys. We're helping
So
you.
It could be, yeah, exactly. It could be a month before you see it up, but eventually you will see these other episodes come up, and we'll put them in a special spot. Anyway, that said, other than that, like, what did you like best about the episode?
What did I like best about it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, she got the party together and ordered all the pizzas, and then nobody showed up.
that's just high school.
That's right. And you know, I
I'm kind of surprised no one showed up though, because usually when someone says parents are going to be away party at my place, everyone and their dog shows up.
Yeah, but I saw that and I kind of went, yeah, I've been there. You know,
I've had a few parties like that.
Yeah,
not where anybody's not shown up though. I mean, a few parties where everyone and their dog has showed up.
Oh no, I've had them where just my close friends. I've invited, you know, a whole bunch of people and only the close friends show up. And you're going, well, fuck it, it's us. Let's have a party. You know. Well, that's true too. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I've never had that problem. Although I did have one guy piss on the front lawn and leave a big dead spot on the lawn where he'd pissed. Yeah. I blame that on the dog.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. I mean, where I lived, I had a 22 at one point, and a buddy of mine and I used to lay on the floor and we'd shoot the blackbirds off the wire, you know, the telephone wire or electricity wire, because they'd sit there and we'd lay on the floor and we'd shoot them off of the thing, and they'd fall on we lived upstairs, and the guy downstairs who owned the building, you know, we'd all the dead blackbirds on his front lawn, you know.
You're a dick.
Oh, we just had, I could tell you stories of shit we did. Anyway, and... you
know, they have their use, those birds.
So, well, you know... Anyway, it was just, your kids. You just say, oh, let's shoot some blackbirds. Let's, you know, you get, you know, put the, you know, because it was a bolt action thing I had. So we just used to shoot the blackbirds off the...
You know, it only takes a couple of friends to do a massive amount of damage on your dad's.
Oh, yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, I have a buddy out west. We were painting my room, and we were painting it a nice light blue, and we were doing, and we were done, and I'm trying to, and where can I clean? Oh, I know. I opened the window on the side of the brick, and I fucking took the brush and I cleaned it on all the blue paint on the side of the brick outside the building, you know. Oh yeah. A couple days later, he came knocking on the door and asked me, he says, what happened with the blue paint on the side of the, you know? So she asked me, I said, well, I cleaned my brush on the side of the building. That's all, because we were trying. He wasn't happy. He got up there with the thing and he's scraping the paint off the side of it. It was so. Oh yeah, we pulled some serious shit. I should. Well, I'm saying it doesn't matter because it's years ago. But
yeah. Anyway.
So, but I mean, we've all been down this road where we've done, you know, and parties.
So that was your favorite part, is where she
I just like, yeah, I could relate to that part. So I kind of was like, yeah, sorry, hon, I've been there, you know.
Not me. I've never thrown a party and not having anybody shown up.
No.
So. Anyway, so
overall the episode wasn't great, but you know.
Well, what did you guys think? Comment below, let us know. And let's move on to Muppets Now. So the 4th episode of Muppets Now, again, something else you weren't overtly.
I didn't find it was.
But you haven't been overtly pleased with it.
No, I haven't generally been overly pleased with it. No, but at least some, like the first one was kind of, you know,
I did think the first one was,
you know, you're trying to find your way. The second got a little better. The third got a little better.
Yeah.
But this one kind of went, whoop, and I'm
back
going,
down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're not up, you know.
I don't think this one was as bad as
this
the
was
first
like
one,
a filler. This was like a filler in between. You know, she's interviewing whatever the hell her name is. And, you know, getting up and making a change in the middle and getting...
As Kim said, she has... the girl that Piggy was interviewing, can't remember her name.
Yeah.
She said she had resting bitch face.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sad part, it was kind of hot. Like, I don't know what it is.
If it does it for you, that's fine.
Doesn't
you know?
really. I don't know what it was, but it was just like, well, it's kind of hot. Resting bitch face. Why is that kind of hot? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, I mean, yeah.
Whatever works for you, dude. But no, I mean, it was just, you know, and
I can see Kim's face now. She's gonna be like, "What?"
Yeah, she's gonna have to give you that face. You know?
Resting bitch.
There's
face.
There's your cue. Give that face to him, and you're off. Anyway, I haven't met you yet, but it's all good.
Yeah.
But you can see that.
Did you see Tay Diggs was in it again?
Yeah, of course.
And so was Linda Cardellini
in the little Zoom thing.
I mean, obviously they're going to be pretty much in every episode. So.
But it just didn't work for me.
No?
No, I just wasn't impressed with this one either. So, what can I tell you? Maybe I'm just, you know, maybe I'm going through a phase where I'm not impressed with a lot of things. I don't know. What can I tell you?
I don't know either. What do you guys think? Because I mean,
did you like it?
Yes,
okay.
But I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was better than episodes 2 or 3. Okay. I thought it was better than episode 1, but it wasn't better than the second. The second 2, like number 2 and number 3, I thought were better.
Okay.
But I did think it was okay. I didn't think it was terrible.
Okay.
So
Didn't work for me.
But I mean, honestly, for me to have a poor liking of any of the Muppets episodes,
Would you put that over on the table for me?
any
Thank
of them
you.
at all is really hard for me because they're.
Well, look, I'm a fan too, but
the Muppets are always funny, I find. But yeah, some stuff could be better. I mean, especially in this episode, some stuff could have been better. But I chuckled here and there, but I thought, overall, I'm like, I like the way the show's going. It's different. But even like comparing it to say the 2015 Muppet show, I even liked that, and that was a very different take on the Muppets too. And I mean, it didn't do very well on ABC, but I liked it, and I really thought it deserved more. I would have thought when they did this one that they would have just continued on with that, like brought that back to do, like, I don't know why that concept I liked. I thought it was because you also got to see more Muppets. In that one, like this one, it's like they do these little skits, like they do. I think
these are all little vignettes.
I think it's like 4 skits they do per episode, right?
Yeah.
And so, and each one's like about 7 minutes long, or
That's right. So
or
more or
6
less.
minutes long, and you only get to see like 1 or 2 Muppets in each one, right? Whereas in the last one, you got to see quite a few of the Muppets interacting, and I like it more when there's more of the Muppets interacting, because I kind of think, because it throws me back to the original Muppet Show, right? Like in the original Muppet Show, there was always lots of Muppets. There was always lots of things.
Always something going on. Always,
and either
I
backstage or on the stage or in the skit or whatever. There was always lots of stuff
in
going
the
on.
audience, whatever.
Yeah. And I kind of think that it's like we're not really seeing enough of the Muppets themselves. We're seeing,
But
like you see
got-
a couple here and there, and then you moves on to another skit, and you see a couple, and then you moves on to another, and you see a couple. Like, so you're seeing roughly about like 8 puppets or whatever.
But it's not the same
per
people
episode.
that were doing it now than with the originals.
Well, no.
Jim was there and the rest of them and all the rest. And it was a whole different, I guess, take on it. I mean, they're not here anymore, so they don't have the input anymore. So somebody else is doing it and has a different view and a different slant and a different, which, I mean, you understand things grow, things change. That's what life is. The only constant is change. Let's face it.
Yeah.
But is it bad for the better or is it for the worse? That's subjective.
Yeah.
It's all how you see it. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. It's just one of those things. And right now, I'm not really liking it.
Well,
so
I guess it is what
overall.
it is, right?
So, but of course, that's just me.
I know.
I can be a very fussy bastard.
I know when Kim and I
sometimes,
watched it, we were like, "Oh, there's no Pepe's game show." We were kind of disappointed because I like the game show one. I think it's funny.
Well, they got to give that a break too, because I mean, you could get bored of the same shit real fast.
They've done the Miss Piggy one in every episode, and they've done the Swedish Chef one in every episode, and they've done the Bunsen and Beaker in the last 3. So I think, I think if they use the same ones over and over and over again, it's
going to get boring real fucking fast.
Well, it's not giving. I don't think it'll get boring. I just don't think that it's going to give the other Muppets a chance to shine. Like, I'd like to see a Gonzo one. I'd like to see a Fozzie one. I'd like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see an Electric Mayhem one where the band's doing something. I'd like to just see other Muppets getting the chance to shine a little bit here and there. Yeah. As opposed to just like, show us Miss Piggy every week or Swedish Chef. I know they're funny and I love them, but I like a lot of the Muppets. There's hardly any that I don't like. So I'd like to see more of them.
Bear walking against the wind, just remember, I'd like to see some of that stuff again.
It would do a Fozzie Bear stand-up one with the Statler and Waldorf heckling him, or whatever. Like just anything. Like I think it would be
But
so
anyway,
hopefully they've got that coming. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe it's just...
You don't know. So we'll just have to ride along and see where it goes because Anyway,
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
I'll be pleasantly surprised, and
Oh yeah.
you know, next
Well,
week
and
something
like
will
I said
strike me.
last week,
So
it could be like a lot of shows. The first seasons of a lot of shows is them getting their footing, and it sometimes always,
yeah,
the second or third seasons are way better because they've finally caught their footing and understand where they're going with things.
yeah,
I mean,
they get their sea legs. I
yeah.
understand what
Well,
you're saying.
it's like I said, when I joked about the fact that it took Star Trek: The Next Generation till season 3, Deep Space Nine to season 3, Voyager till season what? There's only 7.
Seven,
So sorry,
yeah. So
didn't catch
7,
it.
yeah.
Like that joke, but it's that idea that it takes some shows a season or two to catch their legs. Sometimes it's less. Like, I mean, if you look back to, like, here's one, Big Bang Theory. Okay?
Right.
You look back to the very first season of Big Bang Theory, and it is such a wildly different show
Than what it turned out
than
to be.
what it turned out to
But
be.
of course, the
in the rest of
characters
seasons.
developed.
They did, but what I mean is, like, it turned into a very wildly different show over the course of its 12 seasons, as opposed to.
But
when
that's
it
what I'm
first started.
saying. They hadn't developed
Right?
the characters yet. The people, the actors weren't comfortable in the skin of the
exactly,
of
and
the
that
characters
so that
they were
happens.
playing.
But I'm using it as reference because it's a show that we both really liked. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, it's like it could be like that, where it's going to take it a while to kind of, catch it.
Well, I liked it from the beginning,
I did too,
but
but I've liked this from the beginning too.
okay.
It's just not the same. It's just not the same thing that it's. I thought, I was like, yeah, Big Bang Theory was funny from the start, but I still found it took a couple of.
Well, you can see the changes, and if you watch from season 1 all the way through,
Yeah.
you can see the development, and you can see how, they took this from the character and they
Yeah.
extrapolated on this part and took that,
Yeah,
but it's
so,
still the same show. It was just more in depth. I mean, even go to Home Improvement. Look
Yep,
at the first
same
season. Tim was still getting, do it, but then, they found the things that worked, and they took this and they took that, and the kids got a bit bigger apart, and then,
Yeah.
and Al.
I like when they did speaking of that show. I like when they did the episode when they did the throwback to when they first met, and Tim had the beard and
Yeah.
Al didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. There's a lot of good stuff,
Yeah, that
and
show
Wilson
was
got a
funny.
bigger part, and all
Yeah,
the different,
exactly.
because it was.
So that's what I mean. It could just be, it might take it a season to catch its footing and be whatever.
Let's hope so.
I mean, look at Star Trek Discovery. I like the second season better than the first.
Yeah.
So it could be like, even let's hopefully, with Picard, hopefully the second season will be better than the first.
I didn't dislike the first.
I didn't either, but I'm just saying hopefully it will be better than the first.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like sometimes it just,
Okay. Here's hoping.
yeah. So what do you guys think? Let us know below. And,
Give us your opinion.
Tell us who your favorite Muppet is. Let's
And
do
why.
that. Everybody, yeah. Who's your favorite Muppet and why? Who would you like to see get more
Airtime.
on this show if you're watching it? Because like I said, I mean, I'd like to see them do. I've always liked Gonzo, so I'd like to see Gonzo get some time. I'd like to see Fozzie Bear. I'd I mean, Statler and Waldorf are always funny. I'd like to see more of the Electric Mayhem Band.
So let us know. We'd be curious.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, cool. All right, let's move on to Transformers. So, or not Transformers, Star Trek. Sorry.
Yeah, Star Trek. Sorry.
Star Trek, yeah. So, Star Trek Lower Decks. Okay, so the third episode. There was a lot of references to other Star Treks in this one.
Oh yeah.
Like a whole lot. They mentioned the Enterprise.
Yep.
They mentioned Chief O'Brien. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in there. So,
And it was funny that they're, kind of buckling down on their
yeah, they go to
padding the time that they do things,
Yeah. Well, that's a throwback to the Star Trek Next Generation, I believe it's season 5 episode called Relics, where they have Scotty on the Enterprise.
Okay, right. I remember
And
that.
he's
yeah.
talking to Geordi, and Picard asks him to do something, and he says how long it's going to take or whatever, and Scotty looks at him and goes, How long is it really going to take? And he says, well, what I just told the captain. He's like, you did not tell him it was going to take how's he supposed to think you're a miracle
Yeah,
worker
that's right.
if you don't pad your timeline?
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh god. So that's what it was a throwback
That's
to. Was
right,
the fact that
exactly.
that's what they're padding their time,
that's right.
saying, oh, it's gonna take this long. And it's
And
like
they
that way
get
they
done
always
early.
look they
Yeah.
always look better when
That's
they get
right.
it done early.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Yeah. Because it was really
And
it
how
was-
things went to hell in a handcart when they, you know.
yeah, exactly. The whole ship, and then it gets invaded by all these freaking guys with spears.
Yeah.
He's like, real. Everybody's. I got a phaser. All they got are spears.
Yeah. But it was, you know, I mean,
Yeah, it
it
was
just,
messed up.
it was messed up. I mean, you know, like I say, it just, again, it didn't really, you know, pardon the pun, but it didn't really phase on me.
It didn't really phaser on you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. No.
It just didn't, you know, I was like, okay. You know,
I like the show. I don't think it's anything incredibly special, but I do like it. It kind of scratches a nostalgic next generation era itch
scratches and nostalgic itch for,
Yeah.
okay.
a bit, because like it's got a very like next generation look, but not feel, but the look, right? Like they've got the red, the gold, the blue,
Yeah, yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
uniform is the color like it was in next
The colors,
generation. The back, the hallways of the ship look like they just stepped right off next generation. The consoles, everything looks, in that sense, it looks very, the shuttlecraft, everything just looks very next generation to me, which I like. That's one thing I do like about it. And I like the fact that they mention other Star Trek shows. So they mention Next Generation, they mention Deep Space Nine, they mention Voyager. I like that about it. The humor of it overall is kind of iffy. It hit and miss, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not.
Because Star Trek to me, yes, I don't mind comedy in Star Trek. Like, and the reason I say that is like Insurrection. A lot of people, like Insurrection is one of those movies where people they either hate it or they love it. And I'm on the I love it side. And I love it because of the humor that's in it. It's a very traditional next generation original series Gene Roddenberry story.
Yeah.
Right? Like it really is. It's like, here's the Enterprise all by itself, which was what you always saw in the original series.
That's right.
Here it is, and the captain is bucking against the rules to do the right thing, to protect the innocent people, blah, blah. Like the whole concept of it is a very Gene Roddenberry feel to me. And that's why I like Insurrection. And then on top of that, it's got some really funny moments. Like when Data walks up to Troy and Crusher and they're talking about their boobs. And he hands them something. They're like, "Thank you, Data," and he walks off. And he goes back over to Worf. And Worf is like, "This planet is giving me blah 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 blah." And Data looks at him deadpan and goes, "And have you noticed how your boobs have started to form out?"
Yeah.
Like it was just like stuff like that, or definitely feeling aggressive tendencies, sir. When he bashes the thing with the rifle, like there's
it was
things
funny.
about it that are funny.
I laughed at that.
Yeah, and see, that's what I mean. Like those, you can throw comedy into Star Trek and it be okay. But I think with this, what they're doing is they're coming at it with the let's just go completely outlandish comedy.
Okay.
Like they're doing a very comedic style. It's
They're taking it to the
it loses something in the Star Trek side of it, because part of the appeal of Star Trek is the seriousness to it.
Yeah.
I think
It's not a comedy show.
No, it's a
No.
drama.
Yeah.
Right? It's a science fiction drama, and there's nothing wrong with throwing comedy into drama. But when the whole thing is comedy,
Turns into comedy. Yeah, that's a whole different.
It takes away from what it actually
It's a different
is,
ball of wax then, really.
you
But
know?
maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe that's why I'm not.
And it could be,
I'm
like-
expecting a certain thing and I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing something else and I'm kind of going, okay.
So that's why I
this
say
is
it
like a glove that's
scratches
too tight, or
Yeah.
and you know what they say, right? If the glove doesn't fit,
That's right.
hell,
Get it?
the hell with it.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Somebody. I was waiting
So-
for somebody to say it.
Yeah,
Thanks, there,
so
Marky G.
It like I said, it scratches that nostalgic itch with me, with the fact that it's
At least somebody's on the ball here.
the fact that it's got the look, it's got some of the feel, those things. But You know, I thought it was really funny that these aliens were willing to go to war over the fact that I gave them a log.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know,
Like a piece of wood. You know, instead of a crystal. We've got dilithium crystals, but we're not giving you any of those.
yeah.
Like, fuck, really?
But anyway, I just
Yeah.
overall, you know, didn't work for me. So
You know. And then, of course, the big brute guy that he was fighting was like, "No, I'm really smart. I
That's
like
right.
to read. I just tell the other. I talk like that so the others think I'm really stupid."
yeah.
Jeez, it was funny. I don't know. I thought it was pretty
Sorry.
funny, but it's not. To me, it's like I said before, it's like a parody of Star Trek. You know, so it doesn't come off as Star Trek to me. It comes off as a parody of Star Trek, which is maybe why I'm like even
I'll tell you
even the
something.
Orville, which has a lot of comedy in it, is more Star Trek than this.
That's right. It is. But I will tell you something.
What?
If we weren't doing this show,
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't watch it?
I wouldn't watch it.
Really?
No, I'd have been after the second episode. I'd have been sorry, no more. I'd have stopped.
Really?
Yeah. And the same with the Transformers. I would have seen.
You still don't watch a full thing of that.
I
You know,
can't get through it.
You've got to suffer for the show. I'm telling you.
Hey, it's enough suffering to sit next to you. But
You should be so lucky to sit here. You know, I could put somebody else on this show besides you.
fuck, I hope.
Ike would be a better guest than you.
Both.
Right, Ike?
Iker will tell you what he thinks. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always got a
So-
comment. Yes, he does. He knows
You
what
know,
he's
if
talking
this
about.
dog keeps farting, though, I'm putting him the hell out.
Okay.
That's all I smell. Hey, God damn it, dog.
But anyway, no, if it wasn't like that I was doing this with you, I wouldn't watch. I'd still watch Space Force,
Yeah?
but I wouldn't watch the Star Trek.
You wouldn't watch the Muppets, probably?
I
Huh?
no, I'd still be giving it a chance.
Would you?
Yeah.
He is, yeah. So that brings us to, I guess, Transformers.
Yep.
So that'd be the last one.
There we
Now,
go.
you said you only got halfway through, which you showed me.
Yep.
Right to the part where Alita 1 and Optimus Prime were talking.
That's where I got to.
And so after that, I explained to you a little bit about
Yeah,
what happened after, just
exactly.
to kind of.
He kind of gave me a rundown on the rest of what was
Yeah.
going on, because really and truly I'm watching it, but I have nothing to base it on. I don't know the backgrounds. I don't know, a lot of the history. I'm sort of coming. It's like
No,
coming
but-
in the middle of a movie, and you don't know sort of what happened before.
Well, and
at
like
least for me.
Yeah, and like I said,
So-
this show doesn't do a good job of explaining the backstory,
No, and I'm
which is disappointing. And if the acting would be better, if the acting would be better, it would do so much to help it. And even then,
and you as a Transformers fan,
I am
mean,
not a fan of
really,
this.
I say fan, but that's not the right word to use, because you are a fanatic.
yeah, well, fan is
Like
a
I
fan.
am with Johnny Cash, and for you to knock it, it's got to be shitty, really, So
now. Here's the question: did you get a chance to watch any of the other one that you said you were going to?
no, I didn't get the chance to, because I forgot where it was. I'm going to have to get you to show me so I can do it again.
Okay,
But I'll watch it for next week.
and then you can compare it. You know what? Don't even bother watching any more of the other one. If you can't watch it, you can't watch it.
No, it's just not working.
Watch the other one so you can do a comparison.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'll watch 2 episodes of the other one you showed me for
To-
next week,
to give
and
you a
then you can.
comparison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
All right. So that's what
So
I'll
do that.
it's
Because there's
just
no
not
point in you
working
watch
for
it
me.
if you're not enjoying it. Don't
It's
watch it.
just-
I mean,
I'm-
I don't enjoy it, and I still suffer through it.
Yeah, I'm
So-
watching it and I'm going, what the fuck is the point of this? Like, I'm scratching my head and I'm going, this is, and
Well,
it
I mean,
irritates me.
the point is that they're in a war, right?
Who the fuck isn't?
They're in a war, and it's one side is obviously losing quite badly. I mean, it's they do state the point. It's just it's not. It doesn't explain how they got there to any degree that makes any sense. And I mean, I'm on a lot of different Transformers websites and stuff where people or groups on Facebook and all kinds of things where people are talking about it. And
Chat
a
groups
lot
and
of
shit. Yeah.
a lot of the people that are talking about it are
Are they liking it?
well, it's people either like it or don't. And see, the problem is a lot of people I think that like it really aren't. they're not Transformers fans from way back. They're obviously a lot younger and don't really understand
The subtleties of
that there's good in Transformers and there's bad. And like, this is just, it's just so bad. Like, the last good Transformers that was made was the one that I introduced you to watch.
Right,
that
so
you
I'm gonna-
said you
that's the
is-
first
is
two that I'm gonna
Transformers
watch.
Prime. In my
Okay.
opinion, that's the last good Transformers there was. Since then, they haven't done anything good. Nothing. Like, you know, they did a follow-up to that one called Robots in Disguise, and it was not great. And
it didn't measure up.
no, and the last three
Okay.
before this one that's on now weren't good. Like, it's just, they just...
Well, why
like,
are they doing them if
ah.
it's not up to par then? This is my question.
It's you know, I mean, it just doesn't...
Or is it just a money grab?
It just doesn't... I don't know. It just... They haven't done anything, in my opinion, that's really decent in a long time. And unfortunately...
I don't understand.
You know, but I mean, I got to admit, like, even when it comes to Transformers, I'm really picky. Like, you know, I like the original, the Generation 1 stuff. I don't mind watching what came after, which was Beast Wars. I don't mind watching that. I think the toys for it are complete garbage, but I don't mind watching the show.
Okay.
After Beast Wars, they did one called Beast Machines, which I think is terrible. And it was the same character, same voice actors, everything, same company that made it as it was with Beast Wars, just not good. After that, they did one called Robots in Disguise, which I like, but I only like because it's like a really cheesy, goofy, corny thing. And then they did 3 after that they did called Armada, Energon, and Cybertron, which I think are complete garbage. Then they did...
it doesn't sound like they're really doing anything.
No, then they did Animated, which I liked because Animated had a very nostalgic G1 style thing to it. And then they did Prime, which I liked. And then they did Robots in Disguise, which I didn't mind, but it's not a great one.
You realize you're
and-
not really giving this a good overall.
They did Rescue Bots, which was for real little kids, like Benjamin's age. And I liked it. I liked that. I thought it was really good. It was a great way to introduce kids to Transformers. I thought it was cute. It wasn't violent. You know, it told good stories. If you've got little kids and you've seen Paw Patrol, it's very much along that line. Like, it's great for little kids. I thought it was a great show. They've done a follow-up to that called Rescue Bots Academy, which is okay, but
Well,
not as good.
In today's world, I guess it's good to have Transformers.
Yeah, exactly.
I caught that. Okay, I didn't know if you were going to catch that or
Then
not.
they did. Then they did the Prime Wars trilogy, which was the last 3 before this one, and they weren't great. And they've done Cyberverse, which again is not great. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, the live action movies are garbage.
And then they had these other ones called Trans Testicles.
Yeah. So I really don't know where they're all over.
Here's to
the
your
place.
dice wherever you are. But yeah, it's
Like, it's so to me, it's like when Transformers is good, it's either really good
or really
or
bad.
it's really bad.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any real in between with it, in my opinion.
Well,
So
I
I don't
can't
know.
really say anything because right now I'm just not impressed. So I'm just
Now, I mean,
maybe I'll feel different next week when I watch the other one. But right now it's not
So
working.
at the beginning of the episode, of course, it was a continuation from last episode where Ultra Magnus had realized he wasn't going to be able to
And then they killed.
get out of anything in any shape or form. So he led Megatron to a spot where he knew if he was killed, it would basically kind of screw him over a bit. So I mean, Megatron kills him in cold blood.
Yeah.
Basically, and
Saw that in the beginning.
and then at the end because of that, Jetfire actually turns on the Decepticons, and that, and of course the plan to reformat everybody into a Decepticon he was against because it was dishonorable, and Jetfire has this code of honor to him, which Ultra Magnus had, and
Hey, Pongo.
it's funny. I don't like the guy doing the voice for Jetfire, but I like the fact that he's got he's got a decent character in a sense where like the character has like I think that even and it's like I don't know if you noticed the other one, the other purple and orange guy, Impactor.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah,
he has a code of honor too, even though he was
What's
a
his name?
Decepticon. Impactor.
Impactor.
And
okay.
he has a code of honor. Like I respect the fact, because I know you didn't watch far enough. I don't think you watched far enough into it, but there's a point where Impactor actually says at one point, he says, I took an oath long ago to the people, or the people of Cybertron, not the Decepticons.
I didn't see
to
that.
Protect,
No.
to make a change for the better.
No, I didn't see
so
that.
So he kind of turns again, and he like it's. I like characters, even if they're good or they're bad, if they've got a really good code of honor. And I think it's what makes bad character. I shouldn't say bad characters because they're not really all bad. I think it makes characters who maybe even on the wrong side of any, it doesn't matter what show at this point you're talking about, but they've got a code of honor, so they follow it. Like
Right.
they won't kill a good guy in cold blood. They've got a code of honor. It's like, no, like, you know.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Klingons are a good example of it.
Right.
You know, where
Okay.
they generally have this code of honor
That's right.
where it's like, no, get up and fight with a weapon and let's, you
That's
know,
right.
let's,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Like I like that. So when they do it with a character like Jetfire, or they do it with a character like Impactor, it makes that character be like, you can respect that character as a villain because they've got a code of honor about them. That means they're not just going to kill somebody in cold blood. They want it to be an honorable combat,
Right.
an honorable death.
As on right. Okay.
You know,
I know
as
what you mean.
honorable as it's going to
Yes.
be in war, but you know what I mean? And
I know what you mean.
that's one of the appeals of that particular character. Like I said, I'm not crazy about the guy who does the voice. I don't think he does a fantastic job at it, but I like the fact that they gave Jetfire this code of honor. I like that
The
Ultra
character
Magnus had a
itself,
code of honor. You know, he was following. Impactor's got one. Like a lot of them have this code of honor they're following. And like even Megatron said it in the very first episode when he, you know, he confronted Wheeljack and Bumblebee, and he said, at least this one has the courage to wear his badge of honor or whatever on his chest,
that was in
right?
the first one, right?
In the very first
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
I remember that.
Because Bumblebee
That's right.
didn't, right?
That's right. I remember that.
He's like,
yeah.
at least he picks a side. He's got
That's
at
right.
least enough.
Because he was in the middle, like
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So, you know, that kind of idea. Now, see, one of the things this show is showing is Megatron's fall from the fact that at one point he did have a code of honor. He was a lot like Optimus Prime in the beginning. The two of them in the actual backstory of Transformers, the two of them, and I shouldn't say the entire backstory because in the original cartoon Generation 1, they had different backgrounds. But since they've done this, what they call the aligned continuity, which is when they introduced the movie, the live action movie, and they introduced Transformers Prime and video games, and comic books and everything. They tried to make it so that the Transformers had one definitive background and it followed throughout everything.
Okay.
Okay,
But
so that it made sense. So that if you watched a movie or you watched a cartoon or you read a comic book or you read a novel or you played a video game,
you were still all
you
within
could
the
understand
same.
that
Yeah.
at some point you knew, okay, Optimus Prime and Megatron at one point were friends and allies on the same side. Okay, they both wanted to bring about change because the government was so corrupt that they both wanted to bring about change to it. Now, they've changed the details of that here and there, like
They've changed subtleties around it.
subtleties in it. Like originally, Optimus Prime's name was Orion Pax. That's never changed. That's been the same since Generation 1. But in different parts of the continuity, at some point he's either been a law enforcement officer, like the chief of police, where some of the other characters that are police cars, as you would see,
Yeah.
like you saw Prowl,
That's
and you
right.
see
Yeah, yeah.
Barricade, they're both police cars. One's on the Decepticon side, one's on the Autobot side, but they both served, same with Ironhide and Chromia, they both served under him in that capacity as police officers. And then in other parts of the continuity, he's been a data analysis clerk. So he was working under Alpha Trion, doing things like data analysis and data maintenance and all these kinds of things. So he's had a couple of different origins, but at all points in the aligned continuity, what they've done is they've made it so that Optimus Prime and Megatron became friends. And both of them realized that the government of Cybertron was corrupt and they wanted to bring about change. And they both wanted to bring about change so that everybody had freedom.
But they're just doing it different ways.
And what happened is, and you're seeing one of the things this show is showing is how Megatron's falling from his side of what he saw. So initially, they both believed in bringing about freedom for every Transformer to choose their own destiny. They weren't like, it was a very, before that, it was a very strong caste system. So as an example, if you were a Transformer and you were built as a flyer, so you could fly,
right?
Then you were automatically detailed as you were going to be part of this. Think of it like communism.
Okay.
Right? Like, you know, how they would teach kids in communism that, oh, they've got an aptitude for this, so you're going to be a doctor, whether you want to be or not.
Right.
And you're going to be a scientist, and you're going to be a this, and you're going to be a that. Well, that was what it was like with Transformers. Based on however they came out of being built, when they were finished,
that's what you were.
It was like, okay, well, you're a bulldozer, you're going to fix things.
Right.
If you're this, you're going to do this.
Right. I follow the logic that you're talking about. Okay.
And both of them felt that was wrong. That nobody should be forced to be something just because of what they were created as. It's let them choose. Maybe that person was built to be a construction crane, but doesn't mean they want to be an architect. Maybe they want to be a different kind of builder, or they want to be a different scientist or something. So it was that idea, that concept. And at the beginning, both of them followed the same thing. They were both friends. They were both trying to bring about change. The difference is what eventually happened is, and in different types of different, not episodes, different series, Megatron has changed how he's fallen in different ways. But in all ways, it came to the point where Optimus Prime felt that everybody should have the freedom to be anything and do anything they want. And Megatron believed that everybody should be free so long as there was still order. His motto is peace through tyranny. Optimus Prime is freedom is this right of all sentient beings. So they both believe in something akin to the same ideals, but they just gradually started to split more and more and more and more and more. And now what you're seeing is Megatron is, in this series, is fallen completely from any... At one point, he was a very honorable combatant.
Right.
He wouldn't just kill somebody in cold blood. He wouldn't just do whatever. But now he's at the point where he's like, you know what? I'm going to win no matter what the cost. Screw them. And now he's become more of a Hitler or a Stalin than what he was initially, which would have been more of a... I guess, an American revolutionary fighting the British.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So that's I guess how you would look at it.
That's where the transform. So no pun intended there, but he transformed into what he is now, as opposed to what he was when it started. Okay, I follow that. Okay,
and
I can follow the story.
So
there.
I mean, like, and I will tell you, like, if you were to watch all 3 seasons of Transformers Prime, it explains it way better. And not only does it explain it better, but it actually goes into the history of Optimus Prime and Megatron as how they became friends, how they fell apart, how things went the way they did. Like, it's a much better detailed show, which is why I'm surprised that the company that's doing this now is the same company that made that, but they're
fucking it up.
They're fucking it up.
Yeah. Why?
And well, it's the writers for one. It's the voice acting. There's just numerous things. But
I mean, why are they letting it?
I don't know. I mean, I get what they're trying to do. I just don't like what they're doing. So
they're not getting there.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, there it is in a nutshell.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of a rundown on the basics of where it is,
for
why
those
it
that
is
don't
the way
know.
it is. If you don't know,
but thanks for the explanation. That gives me a little bit more.
You know, and it's too bad that they're not showing them from the point where they were friends and showing their falling out and the start of the war.
They could have started from a better point.
Because I'll tell you, if they had done that, that would have been a way better story. It would have been a far more interesting story. The story they're telling right now is a story that we've seen before done differently and actually done better. So they could
So
have...
they're not helping it.
No, they could have done a better... I think it would have been far more interesting to see how the two of them were friends and then fell away from being friends because they disagreed over the way to go about it, and how eventually the war started. That would have been a way better show, in my opinion. Way better. And I will bet you there's a lot of Transformers fans out there that would think the same way, because it's something we've never seen.
Tell us what you think.
So, yeah. So anyway, if you guys are liking the show, I'd love to hear what you do like about it, who your favorite character is. In my opinion, there's only a couple of good characters in it. I think Ratchet is done half decently. Wheeljack is done half decently. Elita 1 is the only decently acted character in it. I did like Ultra Magnus. Unfortunately, he didn't get enough screen time, and he wasn't as... He was decently voice acted, but other than that, like, the rest of them are just complete filth, in my opinion. They're all garbage. But let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear what you guys think. You know, if you're liking the show, why are you liking it?
Yeah.
You know, because
what's appealing it?
Yeah, what's appealing of it to you? Because in my opinion, Prime did it better. Transformers Prime did it way better. I've read 3 novels that have done it better. 3 novels that have done it better.
That says a lot too.
So I mean, you know, I think the original Generation 1 cartoon did it better. Again, so
you
what
see,
they're
it's
showing
just,
is just
shit.
not great. So anyway, let us know what you guys think below.
Yep.
Please don't forget to check out our other episodes. We've got a great episode of the Jersey Ham up this week where Vinny and Romano get pulled
Pizza
over by
profiled.
the cops because they get pizza profiled. Yeah. So if you don't understand what that means, hop
Check it
over
out.
to the Jersey Ham playlist and watch it. It's freaking hilarious.
It's great. We had fun with that one.
Yeah, we did. Mark put some great work into it to
Oh
make
God.
it really.
Well, he does
really good,
every
but
week. He puts a lot of shit
funny.
into it. You know.
Check out what we have coming for it this week, because it's going to be a riot. And you know, check out our other stuff.
A little tribute to who?
And it's a tribute to
Which one are you talking about?
pizza profiling. It's a
Pizza
tribute
profiling.
to-
Oh, it's a tribute to O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. There's.
Yeah.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
It's
We'll
got
let
its.
them make up their
Yeah.
mind.
You make up your own mind. Yeah.
So,
We sort of
anyway,
throw some OJ
Check
stuff.
it out, and again, leave us some comments. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If there's a show you guys are watching that think we should check it out, leave us a
know
comment.
what you think. We'll check
because
it
there
out.
could be something out there that you're watching that maybe neither of us have picked up on. Like I'll tell you as an example, last night, which would be for us would be Saturday night, for you guys would be 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Kim and I watched Captain America: The Winter Soldier and
You'd seen that
Avengers:
before.
Age of Ultron. Yes, but she's never seen that.
Okay.
And
You're introducing her to all this
I
stuff.
am. Yeah, we've been watching through the Marvel movies.
Oh,
and,
Kim.
she's- Man, Kim, seriously, tell them what you thought of Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Put it down there and let me see
Fucking
it.
amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a great movie. So you know, if you'd like to hear us talk about a particular movie, even if it's an older movie, let us know. We'll bring it up. We'll talk about it on the show.
Definitely.
Because there's a lot of great older movies that we could get into. You know what? I think what we will do.
Uh-oh. Here we go. He's got
is
an idea.
When we get through, because we've only got a couple of episodes left of Transformers, and we've only got a couple of episodes left of Space Force. So maybe when they're done, what we'll do is we'll do a special episode where we'll each come and we'll have a movie that we've watched, a previous movie, even if it doesn't matter how old, something that's got to do with science fiction or fantasy or whatever. And you'll talk about yours, I'll talk about mine, and we'll see what each thought of the other, even if it's an older movie. So think of something.
So I'll tell you what I'm going to watch, and you can watch it, and you'll tell me what you're going to watch.
No. Just come
Just
with
cold.
something. Yeah, we'll do it cold, and we'll see what each comes up with.
Shit. Okay.
I think that'll be different. That'll be a different episode.
Okay, we'll give it a try.
Yeah, we'll give
Sure.
it a shot and see
Why
how it
not?
goes. All right.
I'm
So you
in.
guys heard it here. There you go. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week right here on Let's Talk on Superlative Radio. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great week, everybody.
See you later, guys.